Chapter 5. Woo. Ugh! Oh, come on, Fidel. I'm the one who needs to be sick reading this, not you. It was 7 in the morning and Fidel had her head in the toilet again. What's wrong with me? She questioned as she flushed down her sick. She sat up, wiping her mouth. After a quick rinse with mouthwash and washing her hands, she slowly made her way back to the bed with the feeling that she could turn back any second and repeat the action. Once at her bed, she eased herself under the covers and put her arm in the spot where Gohan usually slept. The one weekend I get sick, he has to be out on a camping trip with his friends. She sighed. Oh well, at least he's going out. So much had changed since that fateful night 10 months ago, when he had finally opened up about his feelings. Goku's actions at the tournament had proven too just for him to handle. As a matter of fact, that's when his personality started to change. He was still the sweet, kind-hearted man she fell in love with after the tournament, and even after the talk that he had that morning, it was clear he was facing some serious issues. Demons from his past were haunting him. Not to mention the illogic. While Gohan had a great support system of friends and family, Fidel knew that he could only do so much. Even the conversations that he had with Krillin, Yamcha, and the rest, which were similar to those he had with her, could only help to a certain degree. Wow. Can only need Krillin and Yamcha, huh? He but knows there's somebody missing from this conversation. There's a key missing ingredient to provide a more permanent solution. A civil conversation with Goku. As she lay in bed, Fidel closed her eyes and thought back to the events that occurred that rainy morning, and why she was happy Gohan was going on this camping trip. The storm raged on throughout the day and eventually died down, giving way to a sunshine-filled horizon the following morning. With the morning sunlight hitting her face, Fidel slowly opened her eyes as she woke up to the smell of cool country air. The first thing she saw was Gohan sitting upright and looking at the sunrise with a smile on his face. She noticed how peaceful and calm he looked in comparison to the previous day. She smiled too. Gohan turned his head towards her. Good morning, he said as he leaned down to give his wife a kiss. Fidel let herself fall into his embrace. Once he pulled back from the kiss, he sat up, looking into her husband's eyes. Gohan was all she could get out. But in that one word, she was able to communicate the questions that were lingering in her head. How are you doing? Do you want to talk? What's going to happen now? He put his hand on her shoulder and reassured her. I'm fine, but I meant everything I said yesterday. Piccolo and I will start training today while you're getting panned for Capsule Corps. He slid his hand up to her cheek. I want you to know my training will never come in the way of this family. In fact, I hope to spend even more time with you and Pan. Once you both know you mean too much to me. His voice took a more serious tone. I will not become like my father. I'll always be there for both you and to protect you. I'll never abandon either of you. This sounds nice and all, but all I can see is the creepy implications. I will never abandon you. You will always have me. I will watch you when you sleep. Fidel didn't know what to say. She knew they both meant the world to each other, and the other knew that. She loved him so much that no matter what, she never wanted to see him as hurt as he'd been since the tournament. Gohan let outside and began to recall the past. No. Oh, God! He's got a speech! Run for it!
You folks, you might want to look at another video for a bit while Gohan's going on. Trixie recommends some anime history. Oh, there's this one wonderful guy called Rick. You can go watch him. As a matter of fact, Trixie recommends you watch him instead of this right now.
I've never actually enjoyed fighting. Ever since I was young, I typically held off in battle until my emotions overtook me, and I felt I had to do what necessary for the safety of my friends. Yeah, I mean, look at you holding off during that fight with Raccoon. Oh yeah, definitely holding off there. But even then I held back, not wanting to kill anyone, no matter how evil they were. That's funny, because I'm pretty positive you killed that one Frieza goon without mercy. Eventually, this dilemma caught up with me, and when I was battling with Cell, for the first time, the fate of the world, the universe, rested slowly on my shoulders. While I knew the seriousness of the situation, a part of me still did not want to resort to violence. I tried my hardest to talk with Cell, to reason him, but he did not listen. So, Gohan, care to explain to me what your plan was going to be when everybody else was down and was all up to you? Were you still going to do that, or were you still going to hope Goku was going to come up for round 2? When I refused to fight and get angry, targeting my friends. While this certainly made my anger grow, I continued to hold back. I did not want to fight. I did not understand why he couldn't just leave us alone. To this day, I can still picture everyone on that cliff being beaten, some to near death. I think I did not want to fight because deep down I was afraid. Afraid what would happen. Not only if I failed, but also what kind of person it would make me if I resorted to that kind of violence. That and you were afraid that you would never come back from that cliff that you took a step off of. But who cares of how the manga actually showed it? That's what was left of Android 16. His head was thrown in front of me. I'll never forget what he told me. He said that some people will not listen to reason. And to fight these people to protect what is sacred is justified. He taught me in his last moments of life that it's okay to fight for these things. To fight for birds, for the things that are not birds. He taught me not to be afraid. 16 knew he was about to die, and all he asked was that I unleash the anger inside of me, that I protect the earth and nature which he loved. For my entire life, there had been an eternal struggle between my Saiyan side and my human side. One aggressive, one submissive. I would never seem to find a balance between the two until that day. Until that moment. When Cell came over and destroyed him. Defenseless asteroid with such a capacity to love life. Something in me clicked. When 16 changed how I viewed my role as defender of the Earth. Because of him, I was able to settle my eternal struggles, which helped me to ascend to a level beyond what anyone had at that point. I finally reached a balance. And you fucked it. You threw it all out the window. He then took his wife's hands into his own. I know that because I am half Saiyan and half human, I carry a great potential and can easily be tapped into. I know I am fulfilling 16's promise to protect the Earth and the ones I care about. Now I need to show that to Goku. Gohan's story caused Fidel's mind to race. So many things were rushing through her head, but the most pertinent one made to her lips. Gohan, please tell me you weren't going to fight him. She was pleading, but at the same time authoritative. She did not think that was the appropriate action to take, and she let him know it. This question had been in her mind since the day before, but she held off from asking it, fearing a yes from him. However, after listening to what he just said, she knew she had to accent. Fortunately, the enemy Saiyan had more non-violent intentions. Boo! Oh, come on! Give Terexy a break! You are a complete and utter moron! Fidel, no. You know, I have... for my first starter on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I picked the kitten one. She's not much of a pussy as you're being, Gohan. I just need to show him my power level, to know that I, along with everyone else, have the capability of protecting the Earth. Oh, hell no you don't! You really don't, Gohan! First of all, let's go over the problems of your plan. In order to show him your power level, you're going to have to fight him. It's kind of a give-and-take situation. You can't just stand there and go, see? Look at how high my Kiara is going. Because, as a Saiyan, Goku's going to want to challenge that. He's going to want to fight it. So, yeah, he's going to want to do this. No matter what you say or what little pissant reasoning you're going to give, he's going to want to kick your ass. 2. Have you seen your so-called friends? The moment peace hits, they're like, I'm done! I don't need to fight anymore. Bye, Doodles. I'm done training. And they usually abandon each other at the first instance. They walk away. They're not like Yusuke and his team. They're not like Naruto in the gang. They're definitely not the Straw Hats. These guys are not friends. They're not good companions. They're just bunch of guys who come into work with each other on the weekends. Krillin said it best. The only reason why they're together is when they have something to fight. And hell, apparently once they realize that they've got somebody else to step in, somebody else to do the job for them, they quit. They don't even try to get strong enough to keep fighting. Even Piccolo, fucking Piccolo, falls into this trap. Goku has tried to let you guys take over. He has tried repeatedly. But every single damn time he tries, you guys just sat back on your asses and went, we're done. And I'm not even saying, oh, you should devote your lives to Pete. You should devote your lives to war. No! You want to know how easy it is to continue keeping your training and maybe match up with Goku, or at least being able to keep going? Take 2 hours out of your day. That's all. Go to work. Eat. 2 hours training. That's all. My God. Even how heavy the dumbbells you lift, which is an ecchi comedy. Guess this. Pick up that book if you want an example of how to keep up your training. I'm surprised you guys aren't all fat over how lazy you get. He has tried. You guys have done nothing but sit back and hope and pray that Goku solves it. You weren't even doing that during the Cell games. You were basically like, oh, sure, Goku can do this, Goku can do that. When the Cell games start, we're not going to fight or we can sell for Goku. We're just going to sit over here and be the cheering section. And I want to remind you, this never happens on One Piece, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, or Genshin, or about a whole bunch of different other shonen manga I can name. I only wanted to understand my determination for maintaining peace. So let us sigh relief, still trying to find a terrorist, he asked, don't understand why you can't just talk to him. Which, showing off his power level, probably is going to equate to. Gohan paused. Because he'll not listen unless I do this first. Fidel developed a sorrowful gaze, looked down to contemplate everything that was just said. Hey, Gohan said, lifting up her chin delicately with his hand. Just remember, you and Pan come first. I'll never let anything interfere with that. I know, Gohan. I just want you to be okay, she replied. He leaned into her. As long as I have the two of you, I'm better than okay. Then gave her a deep kiss and wrapped his arms around her. As he parted his lips, he looked into her eyes. I love you, Fidel. I love you too, Gohan. The very next thing to occur was the beginning of the training process, so that it continued still. Gohan remained diligent in scheduling his training around his family time, and not the other way around. This meant a lot of nighttime exercises with Piccolo, when Patel and Pan were asleep. You know, Gohan, you do have school you could train with. He also found time to train whenever his wife and daughter were away spending time in the city. However, this option did not occur until several weeks after he started training, because he promised to spend more time with his family. He grew more protective of Pan, not wanting her to have a childhood like he had. Eventually, thanks to a talk with initiated by Fidel, he learned he didn't need to be around his daughter 24/7. Oh, you! The best thing for her would be to have some space to herself, or with others, so she could grow on her own. Gradually, he became less overbearing, and learned that he did not need to shower her. Wow, that would have been nice to see! Still, he continued to spend a great deal of time with members of his family. Spontaneous trips to the zoos, picnics, and the like were more common in the past 10 months than they ever been. This quality time with family and friends helped him. However, the reason for this, and the underlying problem stayed constant. Fidel looked up and looked at the ceiling. So much had really happened in the past 10 months. That's why this weekend camping trip with friends was so important. Gohan had been so busy with work, training, and spending quality time with his family that he never had any time for himself. Well, he had several get-togethers with her friends over the past months. This was the first time he could rest and relax for more than a few hours. It was also the first time he was away from his family more than a day. He could get away for a weekend and not stress over Pan or worry he was being a good enough father. I repeat, get away from training. He needed to get away from his work. He needed to get away. Lacey's promised to take it easy once he gets back. I was business meeting Monday and making a surprise plans for our anniversary in April, and so, Gohan, what am I going to do with you?